Hey, Kyler, thanks for a couple of minutes today.
Of course.
For the group here, if you have a question for Kyler, please use the raised hand button and we will get to you momentarily. So we will begin with Andrew Jones. Go ahead, sir.
Hey, Kyler, hope you're well. We talked to Coach Bateman the other day, and you came up, and among the things he said about you is that you have the potential to be an elite player this year. What does being elite mean to you?
I mean, taking steps in the right direction, improvement from last year, of course. One of my goals coming into the season was, of course, being more of a ball hawk, making more plays on the ball, of course, keeping a tight technique, just being a playmaker overall.
In order to become that elite guy, what couple of things do you think that you've made progress in since the end of last season and that you're seeing the results in fall camp right now?
Definitely the first thing is probably learning the playbook. I think once you learn the playbook, you're able to just go out there and, of course, play. It's not much thinking. Second, probably confidence. That also ties into learning the playbook. After, getting the full year of experience, I feel more confident coming out this year. My matchups, like I said before, with the playbook. So it's just about going out there and making plays.
Well, thank you.
Sir.
Over to Greg Barnes.
Hey, Kyler, and talking with Jay on Monday, he also praised Hollins as well as Tony Grimes and kind of what they've done in camp. Well, what stands out to you about how they've developed over the last year?
Oh, I mean, it's a very competitive room, especially Day he's came so far. I mean, he's just out there. Day has always been a competitive guy, physical, bigger corner. So him going out there, really playing that technique, making plays on the ball, and then Tony, like me, learning the playbook, coming out more confident this year, making plays on the ball. And I mean, we're getting great looks from our receivers. So I feel like, once the season starts up, it's going to be a whole lot easier.
And also wanted to ask about Storm. I know he's been banged up really the past year, but as you're working through camp, how do you guys kind of incorporate him, knowing that maybe he's not able to do everything on the practice field, but in terms of chemistry and getting him in the film room, all those kind of things?
I mean, Storm's a leader. He's still around us, of course. Any kind of input that he can give us, of course, we take it. Just like basically leading from the sideline. He's always been very informative of, tips here and there and just things to do. So he's definitely very much relevant, even though he's not on the field playing.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
CL Brown.
Kyler, what parallels do you see? You might not see any, so feel free to answer that way too. But what parallels do you see between kind of the buzz and the anticipation of this season and the high expectations that you guys have this season to back in 2018 when you were at Clemson at a program that had already gotten it going and the expectation was always the playoffs?
I mean, coming into this program, when I made the decision to transfer, I saw the potential with the team, with the coaches they brought in, the players they brought in, Sam being a big part of that, Mac being another big part of that. And just the strides we made over the year, just with the leadership within the locker room and the accountability. I mean, we're all holding ourselves now to a super high standard. And I mean, it's very similar to what I saw at Clemson. So, if you have that, I see a very successful future.
And what ways do you feel like you'll be more effective this year? Coach Brown, last year, earlier in the year, he was saying that, while you were at Clemson, you played a lot on special teams and you really hadn't had a whole lot of experience being out on that island as a corner. So how much better prepared, I guess, do you feel like you are this season?
I mean, I feel so much more prepared. Like I said, learning the playbook was probably the biggest thing, because now that I'm out on the field, it's not a whole lot of thinking. It's about, I know my play, I know my assignment. Now it's just going out there playing and making plays. So last year you saw more of me, I guess you could say, playing more conservative. This year, like I said, a goal of mine is to be more ball hawk, anticipate things more, and just be a playmaker.
Thanks.
Sir.
Okay, Isaiah Lucas.
Hey, Kyler, could you just go to a little more detail? I know you said learning the playbook has been a really big thing in your development. Could you just go more into technique-wise, what you've worked on this offseason?
Yeah, definitely. One thing that we definitely try to harp on is staying squared at the line. get a hands on a receiver, because you do that at the line, the route's going to be easier. So just doing that at the line, playing a route throughout the entire play, and making plays on the ball. So I think that's probably the biggest piece. And being able to anticipate certain things, recognizing formations, get an idea of like what receivers are doing, what offenses they're running, and just being more football IQ, more of a specialist in that area.
And with playing physical, how do you tell that line between not being physical, like too overly physical?
Yeah, so I mean, of course, you don't want to be overly physical, penalty, of course, but one thing I try to do is study, some other corners' films, get an idea of how they play. Try and take a piece here and there and add it to my game. So, like you said, not being too physical, but physical enough to the point to where it's not a penalty.
All right, our last one for Kyler will come from Ross Martin.
Hey, Kyler, with you and Tony and Storm and Day, how do you see that rotation working at cornerback?
I mean, I have no idea how the rotation is going to work out yet, but like I said, it's a very competitive room. We push each other every single day. I mean, everyone in our room is so talented. So everyone has their own special quality to them, whether it's ball skills, speed, physicality. So it's definitely going to be interesting to see how it plays out. But I mean, the more depth, the better.
And a couple quick follow-ups. Have you been playing any nickel?
I have not.
Okay. And what have you seen from Tony Grimes? How has he improved? What have you seen the jump from him from maybe the end of last season when he was starting games to where he is right now?
I mean, you see a huge confidence boost. I mean, the leadership you see from him now is incredible. So, I mean, someone coming in from his position straight from high school into the college football world, it was a huge jump. And for him to, take those strides from last year to this season, it's not something that many people can do. So that's probably the biggest quality.
Great. Thanks.
Sir.
All right, Kyler, thanks for a few minutes today. Appreciate it.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Kyler. Mark, we're going to bring Coach Porter in next.
Okay.